Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics.
Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners and Jermaine Kearse.
Cliff Averill.
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you. Yes, it is Ask Norb time. Today, I want to talk about whatever's on your mind, but I think we want to start with that 2019 Seahawks draft class. In my quick, honest opinion, I thought the Seahawks had a great draft. The grades from what I've been seeing from all over the internet have been pretty positive as well. But the main thing is I thought we needed three priorities to come away from that draft, and I've been saying it all since last year. And that is a pass rusher, a receiver, and a safety. And those are the three picks that we got right off the bat. So I was happy after the third pick. After that, I was like, man, whatever we get is just icing on the cake. And we did manage to get a couple of, a linebacker, a running back, an offensive lineman, a tight end, a few other things. And so I thought it was great, but I'd like to kind of hear a little bit more detail from what you guys think. And so we're going to do this for about the next hour or so. So give me a call and you want to jump on the show. The number to call is right on your screen there, 515-606-5121. New number, by the way, from before. And the code is 696153. And punch in that code when you're prompted to, and you'll be put in the queue. And then try to get you on as many people as I can. So I'm excited to talk to you guys and just get a feel for what Seahawk Nations and whoever it might be in here. I know we got other team fans in here, 49er fans like Team Triple GGG. I see Sam Don, infamous 253, in there, who I went to the draft with on day one. And whoever else is watching, feel free to jump on here. So let's do it. Let's get right in here. We'll make the calls. We'll do them short and sweet and try to get as many calls as we can. But I have a feeling that this may be, let's see, I don't have the name on here, but let's just start from the top. Let's see what's up. From the 253, let's make sure this is working. All right. Hopefully no technical difficulties. Fingers crossed. And go. From the 253, you're on with NorbCam. Who's this?
Sam Dog, the infamous 253. What is up?
I figured it was probably you. I thought I recognized that number. Sam Dog, what's happening, man? How did you enjoy the rest of the draft? I know we went through round one together, which was a blast over at Earl's in Bellevue. But you happened to be there for the draft party on day 3. What was that like?
Well, it was fun getting on TV a few times, especially with Cliff Averill and then flashing the back of my jersey on TV. That was always fun. Never really done the later rounds before, so I figured I had to do it.
Yep. And that was pretty cool. So what was the vibe like in the building in there?
Yeah, the vibe was awesome. Just, a bunch of Seahawks fans in there. Cliff Averill in the house, and then selected people getting to announce the picks. I mean, I wish I could have been one of those guys, dude.
I was looking for you, man. I was looking for. I saw the video of you with kind of the NFL Network mic or something, but I didn't actually see you do any announcing. I guess that didn't happen, huh?
Nah, that was just me just having some fun with it on Instagram. But I'll tell you what, though, we definitely got some. I think we surprised a bunch of people. We got 2 6-foot receivers, including I was the one you first didn't know about DK Metcalf until I called when we made that pick to get him.
Right. Yeah, he was awesome.
Then we surprised to go get Gary Jennings, which I was standing behind Cliff Averill when he made that pick.
Yeah. Well, and I think especially with the possibility that Doug Baldwin won't be here this year, don't know if that's been anything more confirmed on that, but we're definitely needing some receiver help there, and we've been needing a big number one type receiver for a long time, and hopefully DK Metcalf could be that guy.
Yeah, no, did we get that? We got 2 with Gary Jennings being another 6-foot guy, and then the next thing you know, I think Ursua could possibly be the Baldwin replacement with him being 5'10", and Baldwin was about 5'10".
Mm-hmm. What do you think about our first pick? It seemed like of all the picks we had, the number one was the most controversial. We needed a defensive end. Everybody knew that. But some people seem to think we were reaching maybe in getting L.J. Collier. What do you think?
I think wait till the eye test to see if it pays off. I say wait for the eye test.
Yeah. We won't know about any of these guys really till, like you said, the eye test and even preseason, which will be a very exciting preseason to see what these guys are made of. But even then, preseason is one thing. It's a whole other deal when you get into the regular season. But I hope that at least our first, second, and third round guys will see some immediate action starting on the field. Don't you think?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
big time. And I think I just hope I think we're gonna surprise a bunch of people this year. And I think our receiving core is gonna be hardcore, especially with DK and Gary and Tyler Lockett. And depending on, if Baldwin does retire, then whatever happens. But I just can't wait to watch DK Metcalf and Gary Jennings smoke Mano's 40 whiners.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. But, man, they got Bosa in the first round. Out of every team in the NFC West got some pretty big upgrades. So it's going to be a tough division, man, I think. There's no easy teams in this schedule.
Yeah, unless the 49ers can keep Garoppolo healthy.
Right.
If they don't keep Garoppolo healthy, then you know where their season's going.
Well, let's be honest. Every team needs to have their quarterback. I mean, if any of these teams loses their quarterback, pretty much they're going to be done, I would think. Especially right now, we got some pretty good quarterbacks in this division. So let's just all hope that we don't lose our very expensive and newly signed quarterback, and hopefully he'll be just as durable as he has been the last 6 years that he will be for the next 5. So, yeah, I'm happy with everything that's happened on the offseason so far, and man, I can't wait to get to training camp to get this ball rolling.
I was really pumped about the Ben Burke-Curvin pick too.
Oh man, I was too. I saw that. I was like, oh man, we got a Husky in here. That's awesome. That dude, man, he's one of those guys that just doesn't really fit the mold of a guy who looks like he'd tear it up like he does, but he's just one of those playmakers. He just gets out there and he's so aggressive. And so, yeah, I think he's probably going to be a special teams kind of guy, but I think in time, he might work his way into some rotations in the linebacker spot. But it's great to have a local Husky. UW, baby. Yeah.
Ben Burke-Curvin, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yep. Yeah, he was no slouch, man.
He was flying all over the field when my buddy Adam was showing me the highlights. I mean, the guy was going out there. He was forcing fumbles, ripping the ball out, getting interceptions. He was just all over the field, and I was just excited, especially when my buddy Adam told me about Ben Burke-Curvin when we got him.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was really cool to see him get picked up. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a fun season for sure. So it's going to be a tough one. That schedule is daunting, really tough for a number of reasons. But we got to. It is what it is. So hopefully these upgrades will help us get over the hump and get us back into the playoffs again.
Whatever happens, happens.
That's right. Hey, Sam Dog, thanks, man. Thanks for calling in. Everybody check out Sam Dog's channel, Sam Dog, the infamous 253, and check out his channel, and he does a lot of great stuff on his channel, too. So thanks for jumping on board, man. It was fun watching the draft with you.
Oh, heck yeah. You better get the Kathleen Burgess next. She's waiting on the line.
Oh, man. She's been on the last several shows, and I've yet to speak to her. I'm hoping maybe this will be the time. So let's get to it and see if that'll be the case. All right, Sam Dog. Talk to you later, man. Go Hawks, baby.
Go Hawks. And if you ain't with it, you ain't
infamous. Like you say. All right, man. We'll talk to you later. All right, let's keep this ball rolling. Let's go to the 510. What's up? You're with NorbCam. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Oh, that's BJ.
This is BJ?
Yes.
All right, BJ. We've spoken before, have we not?
Yeah, I've spoken to you many times.
Many times, yeah. Remind me again where you're from.
California, the Bay Area.
All right. So, what's on your mind?
Like a year or so.
Yeah, what's on your mind today?
I thought that the Seahawks had a pretty good draft. I love DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm. Guy's ripped. That guy's shredded, man. I didn't realize how ripped that dude was until I finally saw a picture of the guy. I was like, holy cow, this guy's a monster.
I wasn't a big fan of the Collier pick, but it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's pretty good. I don't know.
Well, they needed somebody there, and a lot of us were hoping that they were going to...
But I just want them to get Ansah.
Yeah.
From Detroit, because...
Yeah.
I can get him, and that would really solve the need.
Yeah, Ansah, the former, I believe, 5th this year. So I'm sure Seattle's hoping that maybe that was just last year, and this year he can start his career back over and get back on the track he was on before, because the guy was very productive in the pass rush department. So that would be pretty sweet. Take him off the scrap pile. Take a step back. At least that's my hope.
I think the Rams are going to take a step back. I just think that they're a little...
Oh, I seem to have lost you. We'll try to get you back on. Somehow you got disconnected. But let's go to another caller then. Let's go to the 484. What's up? Who's this? And where are you calling from?
Oh, my God. I'm Zach. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Zach from Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
All right, Zach. What's on your mind? Are you a Seahawks fan or are you an Eagles fan? Or a Pittsburgh fan?
Seahawks.
Seahawks fan. All right. That's cool. First-time caller?
Yeah.
All right. So, Zach, what's on your mind today? What do you want to talk about? What shall we talk about?
I'm just really excited about the DK draft.
Yeah, I think everybody's they're more excited about him than they are the number one pick, I think. DK Metcalf going in round 2, the 3rd pick by the Seahawks. But yeah, I mean, the guy is just, we've needed a guy like him. And I think also, did you listen to the phone call that John Schneider and Pete Carroll made with him on the phone?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I wish I had it queued up. But it was really cool because he was, some guys are kind of nonchalant when they get called, like, yes, sir. Appreciate it. You know, like kind of just, regular stuff. But this guy, man, he was all in tears. Why didn't you come? Why didn't you pick me early? What took you so long? I mean, it was great. So I feel like this guy's really hungry. He's got something to prove. And, dude is just shredded, man. The guy's huge. And so I know that doesn't mean you're going to be a great receiver just because you look good and have 0 body fat. But the guy's big target. He looks good on the highlight videos, but let's see if he can run some routes and get open against these tough secondaries. But yeah, I'm with you. DK is very exciting, so can't wait to see him in a preseason in a Seahawks uniform. How long have you been a fan of NorbCam? How long have you been watching my videos?
About a year or two.
About a year or two. That's cool. Yeah, what else? What's your feeling about this Seahawks team moving forward? Are you excited? You feel good about this upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm just worried about our line.
You're talking about our offensive line?
Both sides as well.
Both sides of the line, yeah. Well, that's always a concern. We did lose a guy, but we did replace him, and we have pretty good continuity with most of our players coming back on the offensive side. Defensive side, we still got Jaron Reed. We obviously lost Frank Clark, but we got L.J. Collier to hopefully fill in that spot. Maybe Ansel works out from Detroit. And we got guys who have been kind of, developing over the last year or so to hopefully move up, take that next step, and contribute this year. So we shall find out. But, yeah. But I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling. And keep watching, all right?
All right.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate the call. Go Hawks.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to Lucas. I believe this is Lucas. Let's find out. You're on with NorbCam.
Hello?
Is this Lucas? How did you feel the Packers draft went this year? I didn't really pay too much attention to the Packers draft. I know we had to.
I thought they drafted pretty well.
Who are you most excited about of the newest Packers? How do you feel offensively the Packers going to be this year? Is Aaron Rodgers going to return back to form this season? Bounce back?
I hope. I can't really confirm, but I hope that he will.
It's going to look a little different. The Packers, after they fired their head coach, they got a new coach coming in this year. It's going to be a different look, probably a little bit more sophisticated offense. The Packers have had kind of run the same sort of basic offense for a while, and maybe this will, maybe this will be the thing that jumpstarts the Aaron Rodgers here with the new coach coming in and new play callers. What do you think?
I'm thinking may not. But most like I think the reason he performed so bad this season mostly because they have the same play calls. It was more that he couldn't perform well in the same plays. Like if you only call the same plays, it's not going to work. Defenses are going to figure you out faster.
Yeah, no, that's true. Unless you just simply have better talent and can execute them better. Sometimes the other team knows what you're going to do, and you know what they're going to do, and you're just better at it. But there's a point about being a little creative on offense, and that may be the case this time. So, yeah, we'll find out.
What do you think about Russell Wilson being the most highest paid player in the NFL?
Well, I think I covered this in the previous show, discussed him at length, but I was hoping he would get re-signed. I figured his contract was going to be probably one of the highest ones, and sure enough it was. I wanted that to happen the whole time, so I was happy when it did finally break through. And, it took a little bit of a bumpy road to get there, but I'm glad they had the deadline to do it earlier. I'd rather them get it done early rather than have it drag out through the entire offseason, have everybody talking and having distractions about it. Now here we are, all set, and now no one's talking about it because it's done. It's finished, and we move forward. So I thought it worked out great. And, yeah, it's going to be tighter on the budget, but, we're going to be getting more money into the cap, as with all the teams will. And we're also getting a lot of money off the books that opens up more money for other things. So, it's a constantly changing thing. But to me, Russell Wilson earned that contract, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I don't think we get to the playoffs as many times as we have if he's not on the team. So moving forward, I still believe that. So I'm not one of those people who are the haters who, have all these different things to say about Russell Wilson, that he's too fat, he's too slow, he can't throw from the pocket. And just look at the numbers and then get back to me on that. So that's all I have to say. So, yes, I'm all for it. I think it was well-deserved. And he won't be the richest player for long, the most highest paid, because it's going to be somebody else down the line in just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. And about the draft, I think the best pick, the steal, one of the best steals in the draft was DK Metcalf. I think he's going to be a great receiver.
I agree. He was great, and it was the fact that I thought he was going to go earlier, and the fact that they were able to get him later and then turn one of their first round picks into more picks later on, just kind of give them a win-win. So they got the player, the receiver, and a few more choices down the line. So that helped out a lot. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, and I don't think we're playing the Packers this year, but I'm sure soon enough we will meet again. Who knows? Maybe in the playoffs, if things go well. All right. Well, thanks for calling, Lucas. I appreciate it. Good luck this season.
All right.
All right. Let's keep this train running. Who do we got next? Let's go to all the way over on the East Coast. I know somebody's got to be excited. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about this draft and his team moving forward. All the way from New York City of the Jets, Gang Green David. What's happening, brother?
NorbCam, what's going on, man? So I'm rewatching your draft stream, and I heard you do an impression of me.
That wasn't planned, by the way. It was just sort of happened. Your name came up, and I just started channeling my inner Gangrene David, and then that just kind of came out. I don't even know where that came from.
Why don't you do that Gangrene David impression again?
Dude, I don't even know what I said. It was so spontaneous. I don't remember what I was even talking about. But I don't know. If I was to be Gangrene David, I'd have to probably see some. Yeah, so the Jets are looking pretty good this year, because we got running back Le'Veon Bell, and, we finally got rid of that slouch at head coach, and so we finally got a quarterback. We've got the running back. Now we've got the defense. We've got the offense. And, I think the Jets, the Jets, Jets is going to be great this year. There you go.
You crack me up, man.
It's not very often that I imitate callers, but you are one of the few, so consider yourself, privileged. Anyway, what do you think of the draft, man? I mean, all right, this is how it goes every year. We've been collaborating with Gangrene David for I don't know how many years now. It's been at least 4 years, right, since you jumped on and started doing YouTube videos, something like that. So and subscribe, check out Gangrene David if you get a chance. But every year is like this. It starts out with David is like the most excited guy, before the regular season starts, and he's like, "Oh man, we got this, and I really think this and that," and then we get to about 3/4 of the year, and it's like, "Man, we need to fire our head coach. We really need to get this." But maybe this year will finally be different. And believe me, I want you guys to succeed because more than anybody around, I want to see somebody dethrone the Patriots, and you guys are in the same division, so you've got to be one of the teams that can do it. And I think you guys are. You're finally, like Cleveland, finally getting pieces in there that, you finally have some talent on both sides of the ball. Yeah. So talk to me.
To the Patriots, I think we have a long way to go before dethroning a team like the Patriots, because you could talk about the players they've lost. You could talk about the defensive coordinator stepping down. As long as Tom Brady's still throwing the football and Bill Belichick is still running things around there, I do not discount the Patriots in any sort of fashion. Now, in terms of our team, well, I am excited about a lot of the free agent acquisitions. I love our draft pick that we got at number 3, Quinnen Williams, defensive lineman. Yeah. Some Jets fans are calling for the general manager to be fired, which I kind of find insane because we haven't really seen these players yet on the field. We've just been looking at them on paper. But
of course,
obviously, I think I am taking a more optimistic approach. But however, I'm looking at the concerns, because this is a year now where we should win more than 7 games. Because if that's not the case, then our general manager needs to be fired. Because when you're trying to make big splashes like Bell and Mosley, and you're sticking at pretty much at the number 3 pick in the draft, and you have a new coaching staff, you gotta do better than 5-11 or 4-12. This team has to win at least 7 or 8 games this year, because those moves they've made. If not, then the general manager needs to be gone.
Yeah, but you got a new coaching staff, right? I mean, anytime a new coach comes in, are they expected to just suddenly turn things around and turn it into a winning program? But I don't know. That's a lot of pressure to be put on the general manager. But there are pieces in there. The talent has gotten better every year. So, and you got things that you didn't have before. You got a quarterback now, and you've got a running back, a good running back now, and a good high draft defensive lineman who should make an impact, and then some. So anyway, I'm like you said, I'm not going to put my money on that they're going to leapfrog the Patriots, but maybe they'll give them a fighting chance, and maybe you guys will finish. When's the last time you guys finished with a winning record?
We'll see. I mean, the schedule doesn't look that bad considering I believe have 6 or 7 playoff teams this year, but I don't know. Like, I'm being cautiously optimistic now. Like, I'm happy about what we did, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you got to look at this here. Like, what can possibly happen? But since this is a Seahawks channel, of course, Russell Wilson got extended for you guys, and Frank Clark had to go. I mean, what were your thoughts on that? Because, of course, you had the complete contrast and devastation of Frank Clark leaving, even though you guys got a pretty sweet deal for him, and you guys kept your quarterback.
Yeah. Well, the writing to me was on the wall when the Cowboys signed DeMarcus Lawrence for that monster deal, which basically Frank Clark got the same deal, maybe a little bit better, just slightly above that. But, it's all about players setting the market. And once one player sets it here, there's no going back. They just go up from that point. So you can pretty much blame other teams who do stupid things to screw up the market. So once Dallas signed him to that, we knew that, oh man, so now Frank Clark's going to want that kind of money. And of course, when Russell Wilson got his contract, which he was going to have, there was just not going to be enough room to have everybody. So I wasn't surprised. I knew that was going to happen. And, it was just a matter of would he continue to play under the franchise tag, or would they find a trade partner to get something good? And obviously the first-round draft pick was just too hard to pass up from Kansas City. So, it was unfortunate because I thought the guy had a great career here in Seattle, especially coming in controversially with the domestic issues that had surrounded him from college. But he never had any trouble while he was here. His name was never in the news about anything. And so he kept his nose clean. And as a result, he's getting paid the big-time lottery now. So he did well for himself. And really, nobody should be upset because we did well with what he got in compensation for him. And Frank Clark is set for life and then many, many lives after that. So I think everyone made out well. And so now we take care of Bobby Wagner. and we get a new whole core of guys going. And hopefully some of these new guys that we got now become part of the new core of Seattle that used to be the defensive core. Now we're starting all over with a bunch of new names, in addition for the two captains on either side, Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner. So, so I'm not disappointed. You wish you could keep them all, but you can't. But they did the best they could, and I thought they did all right. So we'll see. You just never know what the draft guys are going to do. You got to watch them play. And I know not everybody's going to make it. Not everybody's going to make it on the team. Some guys might end up on practice squads, but you hope at least the ones you gave up a lot for become productive to some degree. Maybe not starting, Pro Bowl material, but at least if they can make the first three get on the starting lineup, that's what you hope for. But you never know. Chris Carson was like 7th round, and look at him. He's like the best running back we got. So you never know when these guys are just sort of throw-ons become the best.
I think you guys got to look at the fact that throughout Pete Carroll's era, you guys have relatively sold your entire team to the draft. Like, you guys didn't have to go out and give a mega contract to marquee.
Hey, David. All right, David. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut you off. Your phone started breaking up, and it was hard to understand you. So, sorry, man. I had to take you off there. But anyway, it was good to catch up with you, talk a little stuff, and make fun of you a little bit, at your expense. But hey, it's all in good love. So, check out Gangrene David. To see all his Jet stuff, and he does some WWE things as well. So let's keep this rolling. Let me go next down the line. Let's go to the 406. What's up? You're with NorbCam. Who's this and where are you calling from? Hello?
Hi.
Who's this?
NorbCam.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
This is from Butte, Montana.
Okay, and what's your name?
This is Chell.
Say again?
Kgell, Chell.
Kel, okay.
Joe. Yeah.
All right. Seahawks fan?
Yes, huge Seahawks fan, yeah.
All right. What's on your mind, brother?
What do you think about about Russell Wilson signing with Seattle?
Oh, I just spoke about that briefly, so I won't repeat everything I said. But I was always a fan of Russell's from the moment he got to Seattle. I thought he deserved the contract.
I watch your videos all the time. And
thank you.
I watch your videos, and I'm just like the biggest fan of the Seahawks. And I watch you. And what do you think about Frank Clark leaving Seattle?
Like I said, it was a unfortunate casualty of free agency and contract market value. There was no way we could keep him and Russell and Bobby Wagner. Just wasn't going to be able to happen. So I think one of those had to go, and it clearly wasn't going to be Russell. It wasn't going to be Bobby. So Frank Clark had to be it, unfortunately, as much as it would have been great to keep him. But we just don't have enough money to spread around. So I'm sure he'll be great on Kansas City, and I think Kansas City's got a good chance with Frank Clark on there to maybe give knock the Patriots off their throne.
I think so too. But what do you think about keeping Russell Wilson?
Oh, it's great. He deserved the contract. I think he's worth every penny.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's here. I hope he'll stay the rest of his career and retire as Seahawk. But we're better with him.
I love your video. I love your videos of the past from. And what do you think about Seattle playing the Steelers this year?
Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one. It's a road game this year. I believe it's an early game as well, a morning game.
Yeah.
Historically, we have not done well in Pittsburgh. I can't remember the last time we actually won a game in Pittsburgh. It's been a long time, I think. So that concerns me because it's just a tough place to play. However, the Steelers are not quite as formidable as they have been. They still have Ben Roethlisberger. He's getting up there. But they don't have Antonio Brown anymore. They don't have Le'Veon Bell. So a couple of their, prized effective offensive weapons are not there. So, they're not as strong as they've been, but they're still tough. And of course, we always have that hangover of Super Bowl 40 that will never go away, of the loss to Pittsburgh. And so Pittsburgh will always have a terrible, nasty place in my heart.
What do you think about signing Michael Kendricks?
Funny that you mentioned that. I have a music video coming out very soon this week that's going to talk a little bit about the draft and some of the free agent situations. But Michael Kendricks is kind of a mystery because I think he's a great linebacker. I know we signed him for another year, and the big question is he going to be doing any jail time for his insider trading criminal arrest that he had earlier when he was with the Browns? And so the sentencing, as far as I know, there hasn't been any official word as to what he is going to be sentenced to. I would like to hope it'll be a first-timer slap on the wrist, but nevertheless, it was a felony crime, and so I just don't know what's going to happen there. But I hope he's able to play for majority of the season, because if he can do that, they will have a great linebacking crew, hopefully healthy together, and they'll be pretty awesome. So, yeah. Well, thanks for the call, man. I'm going to try to get a few more in here before we wrap this up. But thanks for your for following my videos, and go Hawks, man.
Yep, go Hawks.
All right. Thank you for the call. Let's keep going. I'm going to go to the 605. What's happening? You're on with NorbCam. Who's this?
Aiden. I'm calling from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Aiden from South Dakota. And you're a Seahawks fan, I take it?
Yes, I'm a Seahawks fan.
All right. Okay, what's on your mind?
I'm glad Russell Wilson signed the extension.
I am too.
I've been watching your videos. I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you. What's your favorite video, NorbCam video of all time?
The Super Bowl. I love it.
Super Bowl 48?
Yes.
I would hope.
I'm glad the Seahawks won.
Yes, we dominated that one, but yes, that was fun.
Yes, we did.
Hopefully we get back there again.
I'm glad we drafted DK Metcalf.
Yes, he looks pretty amazing, and I hope he can use that big frame, that ripped body, and get a lot of fights off defenders and get a lot of catches from Russell Wilson this year.
Yeah, I hope he stays with the Seahawks for a long time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you got to be productive first, adapt to the NFL game because it's a lot faster. He can't just – a lot of his highlights are him just running down the field catching deep balls, and it's not as easy to do in this league as it was in college. You got to find other ways to get open. So hopefully he can do that, but he's going to have to earn it during training camp. But it's going to be fun to watch for sure, fun to watch.
Yeah. I can't wait for the 2019 NFL season.
Oh man, I can't either. It's it'll be here before we know it. But
I would like to see Russell Wilson between Odell Beckham Jr. because it would be the goodest match ever.
Odell Beckham Jr. Are you talking about? When we face him?
Yep, this is my first time on here.
Yeah.
I've been waiting last time when the last asked Norb.
Oh, you're waiting a long time and I didn't get to your call?
What?
You're saying you were waiting last time and I didn't get to your call?
Yeah.
Well, I apologize for that.
Waiting and I'm here now.
You're here now, and I do appreciate
what's your
that.
thoughts on the Russell Wilson extension?
Man, a lot of people are talking about the Russell Wilson extension. I'm just going to keep it brief and say I love it. He earned it. I hope he retires as Seahawk, and we would not be as good a team without him. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to have Russell Wilson on this team for life. That's the weapon.
Patriots could be going against Seahawks next season.
I would love to see, as much as I can't stand the Patriots, and as much as I think it would be tough to face them again, I hope we get another Super Bowl rematch. It's tough now because our teams are so different looking, but we would still have Russell Wilson versus Tom Brady, and I would love one more shot. Pete Carroll versus my name blanked already. What's his name? Coach of the Patriots. What the hell? I'm telling you, man. Sometimes my brain just goes to weird places. Tom Brady versus Russell Wilson, and Pete Carroll versus what's his face, grumpy old man. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody help me out here.
Yeah, I am.
Anyway.
DK Metcalf will sure be a good fit with the Seahawks.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope he's
We've needed a big receiver for a long time, so it's I hope he's the guy. We've been waiting a long time for this dude, so yeah, for sure.
I was waiting
excited.
for asking Norb all day.
Belichick, thank you. Remember the time 92? I'm like, why can't I remember his name? I knew it was with a B. Belichick. Anyway, go ahead.
Next Wednesday, I'll be gone.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll make a note of that for next week.
Or who will sign with the Seahawks? I don't know. The AAF shut down.
Oh yeah, AF shut down, and yep, that lasted a good couple months.
Antonio Brown traded to the Raiders. Gronk retires.
Yep. Hi, baby girl.
Drew Lock to the Denver Broncos.
The food's ready.
Oh, okay. Yep. I know, a lot of changes. It's gonna be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see. We'll play them again. We'll play the Raiders in the fourth preseason game, and of course, none of their starters will play, so it won't be that interesting. But all right, hey, but Aiden, I'm gonna go. I gotta get a few more calls in because I'm gonna have to wrap this up in about 15 minutes. I gotta get a few more calls before I'm done. But thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Thanks for following my videos, and go Hawks.
It.
All right, Aiden, take it easy.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. That's my daughter Vanessa over there. Say hi, Nesuke.
Hi.
All right, let's just get a few more in. Let's start with we got 4 callers on the line. I'm going to get you all in here. About 3 minutes a pop. Let's go. From the 310. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Kevin. I'm calling from LA.
You're who?
Kevin, calling from LA.
Kevin from LA. All right. And you are a fan of?
I'm a Seahawks fan.
Seahawks fan. Okay. First time caller?
Yeah, first time caller.
Okay. All right. What's on your mind? You can listen to this.
Well, nothing much. I just, the Seahawks did a really good job in the draft.
I agree.
Yeah, they addressed positions that needed to be addressed, and yeah, the only thing that I would have liked to see more is more pass rushers.
Right. And
because,
yeah. And I think when they traded down, they missed the opportunity to get some higher level pass rushers, which was a little disappointing when they were 21. But I'm cautiously optimistic that our first pick in Collier is going to turn out to be good. I know he's not going to be Frank Clark out of the box or anything, but you hope he'll do some good things for us, and maybe this guy Ansa from the Lions can fill in, and maybe between the two of them, we'll not be in too bad a shape. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm with you. That's probably the only one that I know people are a little bit debating about.
Yeah, but I mean, they did a pretty good job. Just be careful. He just likes to bring in guys to compete, and that basically brings out the best in like each player they get. So.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that they're going to turn out fine.
Yeah, hopefully they do a good job coaching these guys up. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, what do you think about the outlook for the Seahawks in general this 2019 season?
I'm sorry?
What's your general feeling about the Seahawks in 2019?
2019, well, I like the way that they're building the roster, but just the NFC West, man, it's getting stacked.
It's tough.
With the Rams adding Weddle, beefing up that secondary even more, and then you have the 49ers with Nick Bosa, and then they signed Quan Alexander, I believe.
Yep.
And then Kittle, and then Jimmy G's back, so they're gonna be some team to look out for. And then Arizona, don't sleep on Arizona. I think they're building an okay team. Not good, but I mean they're building an alright team. They drafted Kyler Murray, and
I'm surprised they didn't do it. I'm surprised they didn't do better last year. And being the worst team in the league and everything, but because their quarterback was decent. I know that Kyler Murray is going to take his spot after only a year, but he wasn't bad. He almost beat us. I thought threw the ball really well, and the receivers just didn't help him out. But But I think, every team's going to be looking a little bit better this year, which is just to make things that much more competitive. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But Kyler Murray, they compare him a lot to Russell Wilson. And it seems like Russell Wilson has opened the door to quarterbacks under 6 foot. And, but he's short, he's quick, can throw, but he's not built. Russell Wilson's got, he's a thick guy, right? He's always been a thicker guy. So I feel like he's built a little bit more, denser than other guys. So Kyler Murray doesn't seem to be as thick as him. So I don't know if he's planning to do a lot of running, but we've seen what happens to quarterbacks who run when they shouldn't run, like RG3. There's an example of a guy who should not have been running and ran one too many times, and look what happened to him. So he's going to have to be careful, so we'll see. Yeah,
we'll see, but hopefully the Seahawks come out on top. Hopefully have a good season and keep building.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll see. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but a lot of fun and a lot of fun new faces to watch out for. So, all right, man. Thanks for the call, Kevin. I appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Go Hawks. All right, we got 3 more to get to here. I'm going to go to the 863 who's been waiting on a long time. What's up? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
From Florida.
Florida, and what's your name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. All right. Isaiah from Florida. You a Seahawks fan down there?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. So what's on your mind? What you want to talk about?
Well, everybody's talking about Russell Wilson and DJ Metcalf. I want to change it up. I want to talk about Earl Thomas.
Ooh, okay.
Do you think we should have kept Earl Thomas?
Let's see. Problem there was, again, financially, I don't think they could have pulled it off. I mean, let's look up what was his contract that he got for with the Ravens. 4 years, $55 million, $32 million guaranteed. Would have been a tough keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they knew it. And so that's why they didn't extend him. They didn't talk about extending him or to even use the franchise tag on him or anything like that in his final year. Looking back, sort of like what happened with Richard Sherman, it's a shame that they didn't get anything for him, because a player of his value and probably the most valuable player of the Legion of Boom, to have left the team after all these years and all those All-Pros and Pro Bowls and not have gotten anything in exchange for him is a shame. But when it ends on injury, there's not really much you can do, right? It's just bad luck that they couldn't have done something earlier. But, they could have done something before he got injured. But I think what they were hoping that he just would have been healthy all season, and then we got into the playoffs like we did. And I think it might be a different game, because there were some secondary issues late in the playoffs that cost us that game against Dallas. So if you put Earl Thomas in there throughout the rest of last year, who knows how far we could have gotten. But unfortunately, it was like the last hurrah. Let's get him and, try. I think the thought was let's just try to have him play out the year and let's see how far we go. And unfortunately, didn't make it past that Arizona game. So, that was the unfortunate part of it. But yeah, it's weird to even talk about them like this. It's this thing in the past, because they were such a core fabric of this team. And if you talked even 3 or 4 years ago about the Legion of Boom not even being around together, nobody would believe it. You think you're crazy. Yeah. And here we are. The era has ended, and so it's kind of sad. And yet, everybody moves on, and he moves on. He gets paid, and we're going to face him this year in purple and black, which is going to be weird. But it won't be the only time we face a former player. Hopefully, we get the best of him this time, but that's going to be no easy game either. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on Earl?
Yeah, the defense era ended, but now it's the Russell Wilson era.
It is, for sure. Yep.
Yeah. $140 million.
Yep.
Do you think it's going to happen the same thing to Aaron Rodgers? What happened to Aaron Rodgers? After he got his big contract, he started declining with performance-wise?
Well, I don't think you can blame Aaron Rodgers entirely on just his contract. There was there's been a lot of criticism about the Packers organization, saying that the offense was too simple. All they did was just kind of give them this basic playbook and say, make plays, Aaron, And I think you've got to give your quarterback, even though you're giving a lot of money and basically saying you are the guy who's the most valuable player, so you got to make plays for us. But you got to give him weapons. You've got to give him a playbook that works. You got to give him a running game. Russell Wilson, what I think is what's special about the Russell Wilson situation like last year, a lot of people go, well, why pay $140 million to a team that mostly runs the ball? Well, that makes the quarterback even more important to be accurate when he does throw the ball, because he doesn't get 50 throws a game. He only throws it 25, 30 times a game. So that means he's got to be twice as accurate as the next guy, because he only gets half as many attempts, or almost half as many attempts. So he has to earn it even more, because he's got to hit that target in less opportunities. So people kind of don't see that. And I think that's one of the best things about him, is that when he does get those opportunities, when sometimes they're few and far between, he makes the most of them. And that was kind of the situation in that Dallas game, where we ran the ball probably a little bit too long. And then when we did give Russell the ball, he'd go out and get them down the field and we'd score. They just didn't do it soon enough. So, but now that they've got a few more offensive weapons, the running game should be as good, because the line is relatively still intact from last year. So I think if they just keep building on what they did last year, I like the formula. I do.
Yeah, one more question before.
Yeah, go for it.
Many people are saying that Chris Carson was just a one-year thing, that he just turned up last year and that he's not going to be the same this year, that it was just like a fluke, that he was good last year and this year he's going to do horrible, or average at least.
What do I think of that? That Chris Carson's just going to be average this year and last year was a fluke. Well, I don't know where they're getting that idea from. The nice thing is he finished healthy. He wasn't taken out of the year based on injury. So, he managed to make it through the season as hard as he ran. I think what I'm excited about is the fact that with Mike Davis gone and Rashad Penny now stepping up to be the number 2 guy, or alternately 1 and 2 with Chris Carson, he's going to get the touches, and he's going to now have that opportunity to prove to everybody why he was the number 1 pick for the Seahawks last year. And I like that 1-2 combination, and I think if they can really build on those 2 guys strongly, that should give a little less weight on Chris Carson. And you got Penny, who's a real speedy kind of guy around the corners, and Chris Carson's kind of the bang up the middle type of guy. And hopefully the 2 of them in tandem will make it so that each one can, we can pace them out both so that nobody gets overused or overworked, and they can both last throughout the season. So I guess I'm optimistic that with Penny taking a bigger role, that Carson will get less touches, but will be stronger and more effective throughout. So it's a good question. I hope those critics are wrong, but I don't see why it's a fluke. It's all about the line, the play calling as well, and a lot of that stuff is going to stay consistent. So, and we're getting Will Dissly, our blocking tight end, back, and that should change some things up. Get some double tight end sets going. Dissly? Will Dissly, who got injured, I believe, 4th game into the season, we barely got a chance to really see him do his thing. I'm really excited about him. People have kind of forgotten about him because he was gone most of last year, but Will Dissly had an amazing start with some great catches, mostly known for his blocking, and I expect both those things to come into play this year. So it'll be like getting a new player, because we didn't see him for 12 games last year. So hopefully he comes in strong, healthy, and ready to go. All right, man. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Isaiah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, go Hawks. All right, I got time for one more call, and it's going to be from the 206. What's up? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Seattle, Washington.
And who is this?
Vika Jones.
It's who?
Vika, Vika Jones from YouTube.
Okay. Vika, what's on your mind?
I just wanted to know real quick. I know you're busy, and I don't want to take your time.
No problem.
If Russell Wilson gets injured, why do you think the next QB will make it?
Well, first of all, the thought of Russell Wilson getting injured, I don't even want to think about that because if that happens, you might as well just, kiss the season goodbye, in my opinion. Paxton Lynch right now is the number 2 guy. He's just a guy. So it would completely mess up the season if Russell Wilson got injured. I guess I'm betting on the fact that Russell Wilson has played up to this point 6 straight seasons and has never missed a game. And has rarely missed. I think he's missed 4 plays in his career with the Seahawks. And based on that record, I'm expecting that Russell Wilson will continue to be strong and not have to worry about injury with him because, he's proved himself that durable this far. I don't see that changing because the guy works out amazing, takes care of his body, and knows how to avoid contact. So I think because of that, we'll never have to worry about that question. Hopefully, knock on wood or something. But yeah, I don't think we have a legitimate good number 2 quarterback who could lead this team in case he went down. But I don't think most teams do. The Philadelphia Eagles, who won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, is probably one of the only teams that probably did. When they had Carson Wentz, he went down, and then Nick Foles took him to the Super Bowl and won it for him. So that's probably a very rare situation that you actually have 2 guys who could actually lead a team all the way to the Super Bowl and win. So that was kind of a fluky situation. But yeah, I don't want to think about Vica an injury to Russell Wilson. That would just break my heart into multiple pieces.
Mine too.
Yeah. So this is are you from the Seattle area? I see the 206 area code.
Yes.
And you, how long have you been a fan of my channel? What brought you to watch this video here and call in?
I've become a Seahawks fan for 2 years. I am originally from Georgia, but I am Ukrainian. So once I moved to Seattle, I became a Seahawks fan, and then I found your channel on my news feed, and I really liked your reaction.
Oh, thank you.
Our team. You're welcome. So I'm just a big fan.
I appreciate that. All right. Well,
No
you brought
worries.
you brought up a good point that I hope we never ever have to talk about, which is Russell Wilson being injured and gone for an extended period of time.
Right,
So
I hope
hopefully,
not.
fingers crossed, knock on wood, four-leaf clover, all that kind of
Fingers
stuff.
crossed.
Yeah, we'll do. All right. Well, thank you for the call. I appreciate it, Vika. Go Hawks.
Thank you.
All right. That is it. I'm going to have to wrap up the show for today. But thank you guys for calling, and thank you guys who were all in the chat. I know who Bill Belichick is. I just completely brain farted. All right. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will talk to you guys soon. Look for my music video coming out this week. It's all about free agency and the draft. I think you'll like it. It's a little different spin this time. All right. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Go Hawks.